Hey, Thrand here.
Hi, this is Eldgrim.
And today, under suggestion of our viewers, they wanted a match-off between these two swords and what we thought.
Well, we had questions like, which sword do you think is better?
Correct. And I mean, I think it's really a situational thing, but we're going to test them out.
We'll put them through the rigors and just see which one we think is the better of the two swords based on how they perform in individual tests.
Most certainly, we wanted to do some different types of cutting and different mediums and see how it turns out and see how it goes. So let's get started.
Thrand Sword, Yarn Beater, Late Viking Sword, Shot Typology Type 10 Blade, Type A Pommel, overall length 36.5 inches, blade length 30 inches, weight 3 pounds, point of balance 6 inches from the guard. Eldgrim Sword, Fjarstinger, 13th century sword, Shot Typology Type 13A Blade, Type A Pommel, overall length 41 inches, blade length 34 inches, weight 3 pounds, point of balance 7 inches from the guard.
Alright, we only figured it would be fair if I use his sword and my sword as well, and he used my sword and his sword as well. The reason why is that way it's more scientific. Both people got to cut with the blade, so if there's any difference in the actual cutting, that,
We'd both be able to...
So we got different body frames, we both have slightly different mechanics, and that way if there was any differences, it wouldn't be because of us, it would be because of the blades themselves.
There you go. I couldn't have said it better.
I hope that explained it. I was trying to make sure...
No, that's better than I could have said it. Nice.
Ah!
Oh, I think you broke the stick inside of it.
That was beautiful.
It's a beautiful cut. Yeah.
Your sword is a little unwieldy for me. I'm not used to the extra girth coming up.
Yeah, it's kind of, it does feel a little awkward at first. It's something to get used to. Oh!
I basically did the same cuts and all of them are beautiful. I liked every single one of them. Nice.
Gorgeous.
This is some of the cleanest cutting from Eldgrim's sword, believe it or not. My sword, I noticed a little more fraying on the edges. I mean, it might have been because just the tape was there. But as you can see, that's densely rolled wet newspaper, and it's only lightly soaked. So that's quite impressive. Ah! Nice cut. Another beautiful cut through rolled wet newspaper, and this is over a little over 2 inches, so that's equal to at least 3 inches of tatami mat. Beautiful cuts. We have a little tearing in the back here, but it could be also wetness. But all in all, I'm seeing a nice, beautiful, clean cut. So the sword performed excellent. Beautiful.
I like your blade, dude.
Nice cut.
I think I broke your stick. Bro.
Yeah, you got the cut, but the stick broke.
Yeah, I mean...
The stick was already breaking, so it's not really your fault. It wasn't the blade's fault.
Not either. Yeah, it's kind of...
Yeah, the cut fine earlier.
Cut, though. I like the weight.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Good. The stick came out. It didn't break. It actually just came out of the holder.
Well, let's try. I want to try it with my sword so I can compare.
Oh, I
broke the stick that time. Check this out.
Yeah, that was just from the impact.
Like, come check it out, dude.
Yeah, that was a break, but it cut clean through. Beautiful cut.
That is way better.
Oh yeah, it was beautiful. I'll come on over there. And not a bad cut at all. It was clean, pretty.
I like it. I mean, I think this blade performs well for cutting just like yours. I just don't think that was its primary function. I have a feeling that yours, when I cut with it anyway, I felt better about my cuts with your blade than mine.
That's almost like a semi-hand and a half, and it's got more reach. So it was for stabbing in niches as well, not just cutting. You cut down levies with it, and people in light armor such as leather, and not too many layers of cloth. But if you're going up against someone in lots of chain and possibly small pieces of plate, and, you know, a good helmet, then yeah. I'd say that's a pretty nice thrust. This is multiple layers of cardboard. For it to go in that deep is amazing, actually. About 3 inches or so. I'll try one more with this one. Ah! Yeah, about the same thing. I'd say about a little over 3 inches. And this is not rolled, but multiple layers of cardboard stacked like a brick.
All right.
Ah! My problem is I'm trying to get it out. For me, I got a little bit over 3 inches, about the same. A little bit more, but about the same. See if I can get a better thrust with it. Ah! Try something a little different with it. With the over one a little less, but that's a different technique. I'll try the technique one more time than I tried since it's me doing it now. Lots of throw and see what it does. Ah! We got the same thing, it's about the same as mine on me. It's about 3 inches. So
Yeah.
not a bad thrust. I still think it would make a major difference, the smaller taper, if it came to multiple layers of cloth. This is just cardboard and it's kind of a solid resistance. It's like trying to stab through wood. So.
Not bad.
All right, here we go.
I think I did about like you. I don't get my measurement as well as you do. But I'll try again. I got, for me,
About 3 inches, a little over.
yeah, it's a little over 3 inches on a couple of stabs. I like yours for stabbing pretty good, but let me switch to mine and see what happens.
Yeah. There's not a huge difference in the taper and the shape, just a small amount, but I do think it would make a difference on cloth, where it might not make as much difference on something like this. It's very difficult with it just setting up there.
I got about 3, just a little over 3.
A little over 3. So it looks like we're getting about the same thing. It's they're so minute. If there's a lot of difference, it's really hard to see.
Oh, I think I might have gotten deeper on this one.
Alrighty, let's check it out. My, you got in there.
Oh, dude.
About 4 inches. Nice, very nice. You might actually be seeing a little bit difference in the taper and the shape of the blade there.
Man, that took everything I had to do that. But that's cardboard, and that's all layers.
And it's something
cardboard
you could
inside.
test yourself. You could put that many layers of regular cardboard together to make a brick and see how far you can make it in. The only thing that might make a difference is our backing, because I mean the backing's pretty solid. That's a solid post back there. But I mean, if your backing was different, you might get a different.
Yeah, I don't know. Solid cardboard is real hard to stab through, guys.
It's all in the reflexes.
That's right. Nice!
That's the kind of cut we were looking for there. That is beautiful. I still think your blade is cutting beautiful today. That is a perfect clean cut, even through a material that likes to
Crack and
eruption,
split,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't.
Go. Get it. Nice. Nice. Too bad it's only milk bottle. Yeah, I wanted to do that.
That was a lot of fun. I've done that in a few years, believe it or not. I actually cut one down like that for fun. Ah, beautiful.
I don't know about. Oh yeah, you're right. It is beautiful. It just bounced off. It was clean cut.
Yeah, beautiful clean cut. It was just cut kind of high, and I think that caused it to kind of like knock it off. But it's still a beautiful cut.
Well, I wanted to catch it because I wanted to come back through it, but after knocking all my water out, kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah, very true. Beautiful.
Dang, I like your sword.
Woo! That was beautiful, Eldgrim. And that is a nice clean cut.
Beautiful.
Here's your tale of the tape. Yarn Beater, a Type 10 late Viking Age blade versus Fjarstinger, a Type 13A 13th century blade. After we experimented with both blades, we have concluded that Yarn Beater is a highly responsive blade. User input is quickly generated into an attack, meaning the attack happens almost as fast as you think about it. However, the same could also be said about Fjarstinger, the 13th century sword. It is also highly responsive, though it sometimes may feel awkward or slow. Yarn Beater has a very fast recovery time. When the user so desires, he can redirect the blade at will. However, with Fjarstinger, the point of balance makes it blade heavy. Therefore, it has a lot of momentum and results in a slower recovery time, meaning one cannot simply stop the blade and redirect it into a new movement. Yarn Beater and Fjarstinger both have superior cutting ability. Yarn Beater is enhanced by its point of balance being closer to the grip, and having a shorter blade results in rapid subsequent attacks and the ability to spontaneously redirect the blade because there is not as much momentum. Fjarstinger has its enhanced cutting power increased by the point of balance being 1 inch further from the guard, and having a longer blade adds to the power of its cuts. However, it subtracts from the subsequent attack speed, and one cannot spontaneously redirect any attacks or blocks because momentum will carry the blade through. One must allow the blade to complete its motion or let the momentum run out before the blade can be redirected into a new attack or block. Yarn Beater, as well as Fjarstinger, are both excellent thrusting swords. Yarn Beater thrusts very well. However, its point of balance and short blade length helps to reduce how much it can penetrate. But when you consider the armor of the time that the Type 10 sword was used, it makes very little difference, as one would be stabbing through lighter armor than the 13th century heavy armor, and less opponents on the field would be wearing things as good as chain or heavy gambeson or hardened leather. Shields were more prominent, and therefore the ability to, say, stick and move with your sword might have been more appropriate, making the sword work better with the point of balance being closer to the guard and the shorter blade. Fjarstinger has its point of balance, as stated before, 1 inch further from the guard than Yarn Beater. Its blade length is slightly longer by about 3 to 4 inches, and its blade point is tapered to increase its penetration depth. However, the way the weapon is balanced reduces spontaneous reaction during thrusting. Therefore, the user cannot redirect any more easily during a thrust than he could during a cut, meaning that with the Type 13A sword, one is more committed to both cuts and thrusts. However, trading spontaneous reaction time for higher power is sometimes a good thing, especially when one considers the armor of the time was better during the 13th century, and more people on the field were wearing better armor than before, meaning that there had to be a change in sword type. Based on everything we've seen with both blades, it is clearly evident that Yarn Beater was designed to be a sword and shield weapon, where Fjarstinger was designed to function as both a sword and shield weapon and as a two-handed weapon as needed. An interesting note, the two-handed function of Fjarstinger would help to control the momentum of the blade. Thus, with the two-handed function, one can gain better control of the Type 13A blade momentum and be able to get better point control to get within niches, and it's even possible that half sorting might have even started right around the time this type of blade became prominent. So, the question still remains, which of the two swords is better? After experimenting with both blades and going back and reviewing the video, it's really hard to say. As far as we're concerned, both blades are even. Suffice it to say, either blade would be a very good choice. Yarn Beater is very well balanced and is used primarily with a shield. However, using it without a shield is equally as good. It is very fast, it recovers easily, and it hits powerfully. Fjarstinger is also very fast on response time, a little slower on recovery, which is made up for by its blade-heavy nature, making it hit much harder. Both swords are good for thrusting. Be advised that the Type 13A blade, according to Oakeshott typology, describes the Type 13A blade as being a bit awkward in the hand at first, but with practice, the Type 13A blade turns out to be a very good blade to use. If you're not in the mood to practice with a new kind of point of balance and a new length of blade, then Yarn Beater, the Type 10 blade, is probably your best bet, as it is the best balance of the two for immediate use. In the end, it's entirely up to you. Both are excellent blades for a good price and perform beautifully. We hope you enjoyed this video, so please like and subscribe to our channel, Thrand. You can find us on Facebook at Thrand and Eldgrim's Well of Remembrance. Be sure to ask and join our closed group on Facebook, that's the Thrand YouTube Boat Crew, and help us improve our content. You can donate at www.patreon.com/Thrand. Farewell.